Howdy, and welcome back to the channel. You got Digital Asset Hutch here, bringing you all the know about the digital asset and US economy space. And today, from the title, y'all can see we have a video on Cardano. It is one of my favorite projects in the space, as well as it looks like it is some of y'all's, just through the interaction in the comments and the views on the videos. So we will be talking about this because it is a top 3 holding of mine. So we're going to do a deeper dive of the 5 stages Cardano has, as well as where you can go to stay up to date with the most current news. And then finally we'll close off the video with some top projects that are being built on the Cardano ecosystem. Because those smart contracts did come in 2021, and it is important to see the growth of those on the ecosystem. So let's go ahead and dive in for y'all today. As you can see here, Cardano is ranked number 8 in market cap, coming in at $13.39 billion. Its current price is 38 cents, and it is down 4% on the day. Its all-time high is $3.10, depending on the exchange you currently look at. And I want to go ahead and show y'all here that it is a proof of stake blockchain, which just means it uses your coins that you stake to a node instead of mining it. Essentially, what proof of stake is a consensus mechanism for processing transactions on this ecosystem. The node is randomly selected instead of competitively trying to approve those transactions. So now that you kind of have that overview of what proof of stake is, let's dive into the exact means of Cardano. So Cardano was founded in 2017, and it is trying to bring power back to the individuals, essentially. It wants to be transparent with everyone, it wants to be secure with your data, and it wants to be fair across all platforms, whether you're an individual or you're a big player in the space. Because of this, whoever holds Cardano, once the final stage is complete, you can actually vote on software updates. And as you can see here, like I did mention, the smart contracts did come to the space with the Alonzo hard fork back in 2021, bringing over 100 contracts to the space. So let's go back in time. We won't cover what Byron is, that's just the foundation, the official announcement of the overview I did just give you. But we can go ahead and talk to you guys about what Shelley is. Shelley was pretty much to get nodes in the hand of holders. Rather than the nodes being with the team or with institutions, they wanted to get the nodes to the holders so you could officially start staking your coins. And this is to make Cardano a lot more decentralized. So by giving the nodes to individuals rather than Charles Hawkinson's team, it's essentially giving the power to the individual holders of the token because now they're in charge of their node. If 51% of the nodes were held by one person, the chain isn't really decentralized anymore because one person can control it. Also, the goal was to have 1,000 nodes with Shelley, but as you can see here with Cardano Journal, it is a good website to have. We are currently at 3,222 nodes. So we are definitely overachieving where we were aiming. That's why I am bullish on Cardano, because with all these extra nodes, it will definitely help for the later stages in stage 4, which we will show you later. But next, let's go to Goguen, which is essentially the Alonzo hard fork if you want to have a easy memory. It was what brought smart contracts to Cardano. Now there was a lot more that happened with it. So the smart contracts was the main thing because this was what brought more money, brought kind of institutions and companies to the platform, but also it allowed non-technical people to build on it as well, not just coders and people that can spend thousands of dollars on tech engineers to build on it. So as you can see here, it has Plutus, and then it also had Marlowe. These were programs that helped essentially everyday people like you and I understand how to build. Now remember, these two, I will call it, I guess, smart contracts or kind of units within Cardano, because it will come up later when we are talking about the current news, because they are still being used and they are still upgrading the system. So they also, in this Goguen stage, brought a multi-currency ledger, which made it easier for NFT and tokens like Djed, which we will be covering in a bit, to be added to the blockchain. So as you can see, this is just a step for massive growth to Cardano, and I think it is one of the key parts of Cardano's growth. It did get delayed a lot, but I think it was well worth it, because as you can see, just with their 5-stage approach already, they have no problem being slow and methodical to their upgrades. They actually prefer it that way, because essentially how they do it is they have peer-to-peer review to make sure that everything is in sound with what the white papers and how they want it to be released. So currently we are in the middle, I would say, of this growth. Now, you guys should have seen this chart a while ago. The website wasn't even made. You can check out my video 4 days ago, or 4 videos ago, if you want to see how slow we were. We had probably about 15 total applications built. Now, as you can see now, I'm just scrolling and scrolling on this page with the plethora amount that we have now. So I just wanted to highlight that with the smart contracts, we grew to 14 billion. We'll call it 10 billion because that's where it was at before the official launch. We grew to 10 billion in market cap without these smart contracts and without these dApps being built. Just imagine in 2025 where we'll be at with people still growing and releasing stuff like the Cody ecosystem is doing with Djed, as well as just the new players. So let's go to Basho. I might be butchering that, and I do apologize, but this section is of scaling and the scalability of Cardano. So the goal is to have their main Cardano ecosystem, and now they're trying to do subchains or little side chains so it doesn't cluster the main ecosystem. So essentially you can now build certain platforms like an NFT sidechain, you could have a lending sidechain, a DEX sidechain. Essentially this will lead to faster transactions happening on Cardano, because now it's not all being sent to the main ecosystem, and it will essentially make it cheaper for y'all. It will just make the latency not as bad, so you can essentially send something and you get it like that. And then also now the storage needs for Cardano will be going down. And I just want to highlight that here for you, what I just said. It's also known as the Hydra update. So keep in mind, Hydra is Basho, as well as you have, sorry, I'm forgetting those names, as well as you have Plutus and Marlowe with Goguen. So let's go ahead and go to the final stage, which is just that governor aspect of it that I was telling you about, to where you can actually, if you are a holder, then vote on changes. Now there will be some other aspects as that will be added to it, but that is the main feature that you will then be able to vote. So how do you stay up with current news on Cardano? Well, remember how I said to remember those 2 teams for the smart contracts and then Hydra for the scaling? Well, Cardano Essential is a great website. They send out weekly reports that you can see where they're at in their upgrades. So Plutus is currently working on a debugger, and you can see Marlowe is adding error handlings. And then as you can see here with Hydra, the team is currently working on Hydra v1, which is that scalability function. They're incorporating suggestions from that peer review that I was talking about, because Cardano loves reviewing it constantly before it actually puts it out for test. Now, we did cover Djed earlier in the week, and I do have some scary news, but I don't think it is FUD at all, and I don't think you do need to panic like it is stating, because we do see depegs early on just due to the volume of it, and it doesn't have that much liquidity. So it did depeg, but it's just probably an early signs of that lack of liquidity. I did want to point this out and give you this Djed update because I do think Djed is a key contributor for the Cardano growth future. Now to some of the key projects I think there will be focus on this next cycle for the Cardano ecosystem. And as you can see here, we have Cody, which is what Djed's being built on. We have Miniswap, and think Miniswap as a Uniswap or a pancake swap for ADA. So it's essentially an exchange that is decentralized. Now, if you go to Meld, Meld is more of a lending and borrowing platform. So think of an Aave that is on Cardano. Then you have Cornucopias, and Cornucopias is like that sandbox mana. It's a gaming platform, but on Cardano. And I personally think it does have better graphics than both of them, which is why I'm highlighting it here. Now, as you can see here, all of these are very low in market cap, so these are very self-reported, and market cap doesn't suggest that they're safe, but it's just because they haven't proved themselves yet. They are still in their early stages. Like if you go ahead and click into Meld, you go to all, it literally got released a year ago with the smart contracts as we were talking about. So these are some of their websites that I wanted to show y'all. Here is Cornucopias. As you can see, like I said, it definitely does have better graphics than the other ones I was mentioning. And then lastly on that list that is worth highlighting, sorry, let me go back to the Cardano list. And then lastly, the one I do think worth noting is Empowa. This is all, Revuto is also another one. It's just a place where you can manage all your subscriptions like Netflix, Amazon, things of that nature. Now Empowa, as you can see, it is the lowest on the, but to me, in my eyes, I think it could be the most helpful. It is essentially a project that helps banking and housing in Africa. So definitely go ahead and look at all of these going forward for y'all. This is definitely why I love Cardano, because it just has so many ways of helping the community, and that seems to be its main goal: safety, transparency, equality for everyone. So if y'all did like today's video, go ahead and drop a like below. Drop a comment if you'll be adding any of those projects or Cardano, or if you'll be adding Cardano to your bags. I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope you guys can stay safe, and bye bye.